Hi, I'm Saren.
And I'm Ray.
We're your Spider Baby hosts from To Know Her Is to Fear Her, a Spider-Woman podcast, as well as proud members of the collective.
You're listening to Capes and Lunatics. Gimme, gimme.
This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is...
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And today we are talking the new Titans, 55 and 57. From, what is this in the 80s? Oh, it's gotta be like,
89. June 89 is for 55.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I was gonna say, it's gotta be like 88, 89, because, as we'll discover in this first issue, yes.
89.
Because it kind of takes place around a big event at DC at the time.
Yep, we're doing June and August 89.
That's right. Alright, so yes. Before we go any further, I just wanted to say, the night we're recording this, it is Miss Kristen's birthday, so happy birthday.
Aw, thanks, Bill.
That gives you, I'll give you a little extra.
Diggity dank. Ah, yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, the new issue next week, so.
Ooh, we get to meet the three-legged dog.
Cannot wait. And it's going to be so weird, because it's like, you know, didn't they say Barbara's going to be Batgirl, but like, in last week's DC, or Infinite Frontier number 0, I guess, Barbara was like, you know, being Oracle, and Cass and Stephanie were out in the field as like Batgirls and stuff, but I guess Barbara was saying like that implant's like on its last leg, so she has to like pick and choose where she's going to be Batgirl.
I guess we'll see as time goes on. I don't think I got Infinite Frontier 0. Is that a miniseries?
It was one issue. There's like the next issue, I think they said comes out in the summer. It was basically just setting up stuff for basically all the DC characters. I mean, you got Wonder Woman stuff, Superman stuff.
Oh, okay.
Batman.
Did they say anything important about Nightwing?
No. It was, like I said, a lot of it was basically just like Batman and like we got that stuff about Barbara. Yeah, there really wasn't much Nightwing in it. Yeah. Oh, but the interesting thing is, since after Death Metal, the multiverse was like, just like destroyed and put back together. There is a scene where we see Roy Harper is alive again.
Oh, hey, all right.
And even he, I forget who he's leaving a voicemail for. It's like maybe Oliver or somebody. He's like, yeah, I'm alive. I don't know how, but I'm alive.
Wow, Roy's been dead a while, hasn't he?
Since, what is that?
Because he died in Heroes in Crisis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, he died before Dick lost his memory. Or no, he died around the time Dick lost his memory, right?
Might have been. Yeah, I think it was a little after, but yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I think we're bringing the kids back to greatness because like they're setting up like this big group to like keep an eye on. Well, there's like a bunch of multiverses now. There's the big Omniverse, and so Barry Allen's joining that group. So he in that issue he also like gives Wally the old pat on the back and it's like, you know what, I'm going to be up here. You be the Flash now, again.
Okay.
So Wally's going to be running around as at least most of the time as the Flash. So.
That's cool.
So we're bringing the kids back to greatness.
All right.
Dick's back, Wally's back, Roy's back.
Does Donna have anything? Is Donna going to be in Titans Academy?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. She better be because, the Wonder Woman stuff is very weird because I don't think she's doing much over there because Diana's kind of dead, so I think she's going to Valhalla. Her mother, Hippolyta, is basically like taking her place in the Justice League and stuff.
Wow.
And there's like a new Brazilian, I don't guess she's going by Wonder Girl at this point, but she in the future state she had the Wonder Woman book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Well,
I'm thinking.
I guess we'll wait till next week to see what's happening. But yeah, it seems like Nightwing doesn't have too many crazy. Now that he's gotten his memory back, that's enough change. We're just going to go with that.
Yeah, I think they're really invested on putting him back the status quo.
Yeah. Well, that seems fair.
Which I guess we'll find out next week.
Yeah.
Next episode.
The excitement. I guess, speaking of the status quo, back to 1989 when Dick had not forgotten his memory.
Yes. New Titans 55.
Yes. So, the main kind of event in this book is this is the end of Who is Wonder Girl? Who is Wonder Girl just finished, I think. Mm-hmm. And then this one is introducing Troya. Donna is going to take on a new identity after everything she did. Yeah, this one's called Transition.
Yeah.
Everything she learned during the previous 5 issues.
I mean, this series at the time, Wally kind of is in retirement at this point, but the big two, who had been like big kid sidekicks like Dick and Donna, basically get their own identities. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of, growing everybody up, kind of.
Yeah. So I don't know, how much detail do you want to do over the Donna stuff?
We don't have to do it now. I had a lot of
it. You kind of have to. To get all the details, you kind of have to read the ones before it.
Yeah, the last couple. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, Donna was supposed to be a god.
Yeah, is this
these other gods gave her kind of powers. Stuff that she uses in her new costume.
Because it's like a different dimension or different planet or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like. This is all kind of, everything's happening around, Donna's telling Terry about all this,
Yep, and she has a meeting with the ex-wife.
Oh, yeah, Terry's ex-wife, yeah.
Yep. Oh, and Cyborg's getting repaired.
Yeah, because everybody kind of got, a lot of them kind of got messed up.
Yeah, it seems like Dick spends much of the previous issues wearing barely any of his costume.
Well, yeah, his costume's basically destroyed, and then he's
ripped off.
In this whole issue, he's something happened to his ankle or his foot or something. Yeah, because he's it's wrapped up, and he's walking around with a crutch or a cane the whole time.
Yeah, and at first he barely has any clothes on. And Cyborg got his legs ripped off, so he's getting his legs rebuilt.
But we kind of, we're seeing, the whole aftermath of the last story. Yeah, Donna gets a gift from these gods or whatever.
Yep. But then we get to, a couple of pages in. Because part of this issue, actually a lot of this issue is kind of a flashback.
Yeah. Because like I said, a lot of this is Donna explaining to Terry what happened while they've been gone for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess kind of in the present, we see Dick and Corey at a grave, and it's Jason's grave.
Yep.
Right next to his biological mom. Is Sheila, right?
Yep, Sheila Haywood. Yep, they even put that in. Very good.
So, Dick is mentioning how Bruce didn't even call him. Granted, he was off planet, but Bruce didn't know that. And Dick is feeling guilty. I gave Jason my old Robin costume. I should have been there, Corey. And Corey says, it's not your fault. Maybe not, but that doesn't make it easier. I was Robin for almost 12 years.
See, that's kind of weird, yeah, because after, Crisis, I think they kind of, pushed it back where Batman hadn't been around as long. But, yeah, now all of a sudden, Dick's I was Robin for 12 years.
Yeah, well, they're always kind of wiggly, timey-wimey, as they say in Doctor Who, on how long Dick's been Robin. Because for him being Robin for almost 12 years is 8 to almost 20.
Yeah.
So, but then, newer versions, they have Bruce firing him younger. They have him starting later. So, it's kind of all over the place. But I think it's kind of best they try to keep it a little loosey-goosey. So that way, you can kind of add in stories as you want to.
Yeah. But yeah, after that whole graveyard scene, we get another flashback to when the Titans return to Earth.
And that is how Dick's gonna find out the news, and I had almost forgotten because he doesn't appear in a ton of issues. That kid Danny that no one really seemed to like.
Cousin Oliver.
Yeah, kind of. So they just get off, I don't know, back into their dimension, and
And yeah, and then like, Dick's like, "What's up?" And because like Terry's telling Danny, he's like, "Don't tell them, not now. You know, let it wait a little bit." And you know, Dawn is like, "What's wrong?" And Danny's like, "Come on, they're gonna find out sometime. It's not a big deal anyhow. It happens all the time." He's like, "I'm not
positive, but I'm pretty sure. I think Jason Todd was killed." And Dick's face is like, "Oh!"
I'm pretty sure that 800 number went bad. Or 900.
Yeah, so of course he has to run over and check.
Yeah, cause
accesses the file.
Yeah, because he can access the computer in the Batcave from there. So
okay, yeah, he uses Bruce's password, and it comes up. Jason Todd is deceased. He's like, no.
So like Dick says, like he like accesses the Bat computer, and at first it said status unknown. And he's like, wait a minute, I know Bruce's password. I can bypass the screen and get to the real, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, wait a minute. So Bruce has like fake info in the Bat computer, and you need like an extra secret password to get to the real information.
Doesn't that seem totally Bruce Wayne though? Just in case somebody hacks into the Batcave, there's fake stuff.
Well, I was gonna say the only people with Jason dead who know about this computer now are like Dick and Alfred. So is he trying to hide this from Dick that Jason died?
I don't know.
I mean, talking about, you know, I know Bruce is a jerk sometimes, but he wasn't gonna tell Dick that Jason died?
Yeah, I don't know. That would be real jerk.
Well, that's the thing. Batman didn't tell anyone Robin died because, like, you know, I guess to keep his identity, you know, everyone, right, you know, to the public at large, Jason Todd died, and no one just didn't see Robin until Tim Drake showed up. It's like,
right, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know, but then of course we're reminded. I think I remember reading that. I don't think that Marv Wolfman intended to make Danny so annoying, but that everybody just really didn't like him.
Well, again, they might have used this use as an excuse to get rid of Danny too, you know, since Danny wasn't working out. Yeah,
because Dick shouldn't have grabbed Danny, but Danny, I would have been like, mad at that kid too. Because,
yeah, when anyone dies, but especially like a kid, he's like, oh yeah, he knew the job was dangerous.
Right, because he's like, there's nothing been in the end. Corey's kind of like, Danny, maybe this isn't the best time. Hey, he knew the job was dangerous when he took it.
I know. Dick just grabs him and slams him into the computer.
I know.
He's like, I can't believe how
I thought it was just because you're a kid, but really,
you're just plain dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Corey tries to pull him back. He's like, no, this little moron. He's like, this moron is going to thinking life's just another statistic.
Yeah. Listen, this is real life, not some James Bond spy story where the villains get blown away and the good guys always live.
Even Dawn is like, Dick, come on, step back. He's like, I don't want to. Jason's dead.
He's like, okay, I said I was sorry. And then Raven helps explain, Danny, you must consider other people's feelings. Yes, we all know the danger, but that does not mean we need to be callous when friends perish. If we do not feel for others, what sort of people would we be? And Danny's like, yeah, I've heard it all before. I just don't like being pushed around. Rude kind of kid.
All right. I don't know, Kristen wants to get to this next part or not, but yeah, we see Bruce get home at night, and there's Dick waiting in the cave.
Yeah, wait, hold on though. We have to finish with Danny, because that was a flashback, and Danny was having that flashback, and Raven's trying to talk to him.
Oh yeah.
And she's saying Dick reacted that way because of his emotions. And he's saying, like, I got trained by professionals. Maybe you guys aren't as professional as I thought. And then he's trying to look up stuff about his family. And Raven is saying, are you worried about your parents? And then he lashes out at Raven. Look, lady, what do you know about family? Your dad was a monster, and your mom's been missing for months now, and you haven't even begun searching for her. So don't give me any of your I understand garbage. Heal yourself first. Maybe I made a mistake joining these losers. I was like, whoa, geez, Danny, slow your roll.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to get rid of this kid.
But I think he's going through one of those Bruce-type moments where you're getting too close. Maybe I need to reject these people before they reject me.
Maybe, but you're not helping your case any.
No.
Well, he's like,
I know he's just a kid, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to be responsible for a teenager like that.
Oh yeah.
All right, and yes, now we get to Bruce arrives in the Batcave, and Dick is waiting for him.
Talk about lashing out. Yeah, Bruce steps out of the Batmobile. It's like, I didn't expect to see you again.
Oh no, I heard about Jason. I'm really sorry, Bruce. And then Bruce goes, you weren't at the funeral. People asked about you. It's like, come on, Bruce. I don't understand why he didn't explain, you never called me and I wasn't on the planet.
I mean, again, too, one, Dick was off planet, but two, it's like, would you have called me if I had been around, Bruce?
Well, he didn't, so we know. And Bruce didn't, yeah, so come on, Bruce, don't turn your back on me. I'm here now. You were lucky. I don't know. Do you want to read Bruce or do you want to read Dick? I feel like we got to read this exchange.
Oh, yeah. I'll do Bruce. Yeah, he was like, he's taking off the belt. He's like, you were lucky. When you didn't listen to me, your injuries weren't fatal. Of course, by the time I properly trained you.
Bruce, come on, lay off. I'm not here to fight.
Then don't.
Are you blaming me? I left, so Jason replaced me, and because I left, he died? No way, pal. Jason wasn't me. I was a trained acrobat. I could think quickly in perilous situations. But why did you let him become Robin before he was ready?
Don't you dare blame me for Jason's death. Don't you dare.
Then smack.
The first of many punches. Jeez. Oh my God, that's the meme. I mean, you people think, that's a joke, that Batman slapping Robin meme. I mean.
That one from the imaginary story as opposed to all of the real Batman stories.
But yeah, I mean, closed fist here. I mean, it gets repeated a couple times. Batman 600. Yeah.
Is that the one when it's during
Bruce Wayne murderer, and and Batman's just like, oh, I'm done with Bruce Wayne. I'm just gonna leave it all behind. And Dick's like, no. He's like, don't you leave. He's like, you're our father, you're our friend. And Bruce just like backhands him.
All right. Do you want to keep? I think we got to read the next page too.
Why did you think I needed a partner? As he's screaming at Dick laying on the floor. They slow you down. They make you worry about them rather than doing your job. He wouldn't listen. He wanted to do everything his way. He was just like you. In a few years, I would have had to fire him as I did you. Why are you pretending to be concerned about Jason? You told me you resented it, that I had adopted him and not you.
No, I didn't. I only asked why you adopted him.
We've gone over this before, Dick. I'm not interested in continuing this conversation. Ooh, gives him the finger too, man. I suggest you leave and give your key.
Not the middle finger.
That's not. I suggest you leave and give your key to Alfred on your way out. And he starts walking up the steps. I don't need a partner. I never should have had one, and I never will again.
And then Dick, we see him watching Bruce go, hand to his head. Then he just crumples in on himself. Here's the question: do you think he gave Alfred his key? I don't think so.
I mean, well, remember in Lily Place of Dying, didn't him and Tim come to the front door?
Yeah, he might have rang the doorbell. But, I mean, he had Tim with him, so maybe he wanted to, warn Alfred.
Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. I mean, unless he went to give Alfred... Well, he says give Alfred the key. Unless Alfred's just like, no, don't give me your key. Just let him, let him cool off. Let him be his stupid self for a while.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on...
I mean, I think they just...
Did you just, leave your key upstairs for Alfred, or did you actually give it to Alfred?
I think they just wanted to make this more emotional and brutal.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean,
definitely.
Otherwise, we should have seen Alfred at some point in this.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, this is, the lowest point. I mean, come on, Bruce. This is...
Yeah, I don't think these two have ever...
I mean, I get that he's grieving, but this is a bad way to grieve.
I mean, you've read the older stuff. I mean, do you think this is the worst that's been between these two right here on this page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, other times, Bruce is just like, oh, don't get in my way. But here he's just like, get out and don't come back.
Yeah, and he's like, give your key to Alfred. And he's saying, and I mean, and just the way he's like, I would have had to fire him. Just like I did you. I mean, it's like all the low blows, when you're having a fight with your partner, don't bring up past problems, He's just like, there was that one time, and he's, you were mad I adopted him and not you. No, I wasn't. I just asked about that. I mean, we just read that, a week ago or so. That wasn't at all what happened. And they had a happy moment. So you can just tell how how Bruce is really upset by Jason's murder, but he's not dealing with it in a constructive way, which is the whole point, because 57 starts setting stuff up for year 3, which then sets up a Lonely Place of Dying.
But I mean, even between Death in the Family and Lonely Place of Dying, I mean, Alfred even calls Bruce out on it. I think in Lonely Place of Dying, he's like, since Jason died, he's like, guys you used to dance around with ease, you just wade in, you don't care if you get shot, you don't care if you get stabbed. It's you're just taking the hits because you're angry.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, and the whole time, that's why I figure, like, did he give him the key back? I don't know. But I mean, the whole time, Alfred's always calling Dick and getting him to help and stuff. So, I mean, they know. And I guess it just helps to show just how much Dick really does care about Bruce. I mean, it would be easy to be like, fine, Bruce, because Bruce really hurt him. I mean, these are really hurtful things to say. I mean, this is bringing up that you were fired, rubbing in that I didn't adopt you. I mean, basically anything that Dick would have to be insecure about, Bruce is like bringing them up and rubbing salt into it. Yeah. That's just so. I mean,
they bring in Dick to set up, for Batman Year 3, and then Lonely Place of Dying to set Tim up, and then it's like you really don't see him with Batman. And well, you don't even see him with Batman. Batman 500, he shows up, and Tim's like, "Oh yeah, he picked Jean Paul Valley to replace him," and Dick's like, oh, "Okay, I guess that's his decision," And then we don't see him until the end of Nightfall, which leads right into Prodigal.
Yeah, but I think that might partially have been because since Dick was still in the Titans, because, even the first time around when it was the happy, smiley version of Jason, Dick didn't really interact much with Jason because the whole point of making him Nightwing was so that he could be off in Titans doing his thing. And they could have a Robin and do their own thing.
Well, I think that's the other point of this, too, is it makes it a lot easier for Marv and George now because they don't have to worry about Batman stuff every 2 seconds. They don't have to show him visiting him every couple months or whatever. It's just like, okay, if we don't see Batman for like another couple years, it's not going to be like, oh, hey, where's Batman? We kind of get an explanation.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, I think they've, repaired... I mean, you're supposed to think that they repaired their relationship because, Batman sends Tim to Dick. But, I mean, they repaired... But it's going to take... Yeah, it's going to take time.
Yeah, it's not a quick fix.
I think you're right. I would say it's not fully repaired until after Prodigal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Bruce totally rejects him here. Yeah, okay, that's out of anger. And, his guilt over Jason's death. But then Bruce doesn't handle Bruce says, I didn't feel like I had the right. I didn't want to, bring you down kind of thing. And that's fine, but that's not obvious to Dick. So it feels just extra hurtful.
Well, I wonder too if him yelling at Dick is kind of like Bruce, not even realizing yelling at himself because
definitely.
I mean, it's just because because he even throws out that line where he's like, oh, I would have had to fire him like I fired you. I don't know if that's Bruce even kind of not even admitting to himself saying, you know what, had I not fired you, Jason would still be alive.
Right.
He wouldn't have been Robin, but he would still be alive probably.
Right. And I mean, eventually when Dick's like, why'd you let him become Robin before he was ready? And he's immediately like, don't you blame me for Jason's death. And it's like, the person to blame for Jason's death is the Joker, the person who killed him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Then at the end of Death in the Family, Joker goes down in a helicopter. Everyone thinks he's probably dead. So it's like, Bruce can't even smack the Joker around or anything. It's just it's all left unresolved.
Right, but I mean, Bruce immediately goes combative. Dick's like, I'm sorry about Jason. And then he's like, you weren't at the funeral. Well, you didn't tell me when the funeral was. And he's like, Bruce.
Oh, yeah, Bruce went nuts because, in the middle of Death in the Family, Joker becomes the ambassador to Iran. So, they call in Superman, and Superman tells Batman, he's like, you can't touch the Joker. He's got, diplomatic immunity now. And Bruce takes a shot. He punches Superman in the face, and he's like, yeah, that's not a good idea. Almost breaks his hand.
Yeah.
It's like punching a concrete wall. So, yeah.
So, this is really...
a downer.
Really sad. And it's also reflective of the darker Batman that they were really pushing, I would say, after the success of Frank Miller's because I cannot see the Batman that, I mean, yes, you can kind of see the Batman from 408, 409, the Batman who fires Dick even though he's 18 and got shot by the Joker. Yeah, you can see that Batman reacting like that. But the Batman from back in 1984 and earlier when Dick passed his stuff on to Jason and he's like, you've been given a gift and stuff, I really don't see that. Or like Adam West Batman. Adam West Batman would not behave like this.
No, this is all after Crisis Batman. Yeah, that's when he got a lot darker. And 1989, I think I'd heard like they wanted, Jason wasn't working for the fans, but part of the reason to get rid of him too is like for 89, I think they said they wanted like a loner Batman to go along with movie Batman, who was also a loner. Mm-hmm. So again, you alienate Dick. He's not around. Jason's dead. So it's just like the movie. It's just Bruce and Alfred.
Yeah.
Because you see, 1990 hits. Oh, we get a new Robin.
Yeah, well, they have to bring back the Robin because you can't let that intellectual property copyright die.
Exactly.
Also, Batman needs a Robin. It's true.
Thank you, Tim.
All right. So.
But no, the good news in this issue is Donna gets a new identity, like we said, just like Dick did a little while ago.
Exactly. Yep. So
and
the bad news is Beast Boy has to work harder on his homework.
Oh yeah, because he's kind of off active duty till he gets his grades up.
Yep. But yes, Donna gets her new Troya identity. Although the costume is very 80s because eventually she just starts wearing the plain black.
Yeah, with
outfit.
With
and then
the
she
stars
starts
on.
just going by Donna Troy, I think, in that outfit. And I do like that black one. That's kind of the sparkly black with the boots. I like that one better.
Oh yeah, it's like the full body. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like her bodysuit costumes best. The ones where she's in the red as Wonder Girl, or then the ones because they just feel much more practical.
Yeah. Or did you ever see her Dark Star costume?
I don't think I did. Okay. Is that pretty practical?
I mean, it's full body. It's like, all the Dark Stars wear the same outfit, but it's like red, black, and white. Yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah, it's almost.
Once you know what issue she's in as a Dark Star, the first one, let me know and I'll look it up.
Okay.
I also do definitely like Donna's new short hair. It's pretty snazzy.
New look. Who dis?
That's right. And then we get the other important info that Dick says, Danny, you do your job well. You're excellent, but you don't listen. You don't work with us. You're not a good team player.
You're a jerk.
And on top of that, in light of what happened to Jason, you can't take responsibility for someone as young as you. I think it's best if you leave the Titans.
You're fired.
Shocked faces, but it does make sense.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And then they're like, Dick, maybe we shouldn't. But Danny's like, I don't know why I put up with you losers so long anyway. All you do is cry about each other. I don't need any of you. The hell with you all.
Oh.
I mean, I can understand how that's a little harsh.
Oh, yeah.
How you can think that is harsh, but Danny needed to go. That kid was annoying.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I think it's probably like Jason. Danny wasn't working out with the readers and stuff, so they use this as an excuse to why you get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on a second. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but yeah, that's Donna's Dark Star suit.
Okay, yeah, I do like that. That's such a 90s picture, though.
Well, that's when she was a Dark Star in the 90s, so yeah, that's yes, definitely 90s. Yeah, they kind of protected the universe, I guess, after the Green Lantern Corps, folded and it was only Kyle Rayner left.
Okay.
So yeah, so that one wasn't bad.
Okay, so that's kind of what she was doing when she left the Titans.
Well, like those last couple issues of this Titan series, when Roy was leading them, and it was like, Donna, Supergirl, I think Cal Rayner was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was in there? Yeah, she was the Dark Star for last couple of those, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which we'll be getting to eventually on our Green Lantern podcast.
There you go. All right. So now we skip to 57.
Yep. I was going to say, yeah, we did say that, they voted Danny out, right?
Yeah, he's out. I don't know if he comes back or not.
I thought maybe, what was that mini-series that, set up Devin's Titan run? I forgot, was he there? Did they say, I thought they mentioned him, but I don't know if he was actually in it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I don't think they've done much with him since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, 57, we're not going to cover like a lot of this because most of it has nothing.
Setting up wildebeest, and we're not doing anything with wildebeest.
Yeah,
but,
it's basically just him attacking the Titans and.
Yeah, but it's setting up.
But the minute I read it, I knew exactly where Kristen was going to zero in on.
Well, the Dick with Corey stuff, but the main thing is coming up in a couple more pages. But he's saying, I'm getting ready. Corey says, you're going to see Bruce today? If I can. Alfred thinks something's wrong with Bruce. He's taking too many risks. I should speak to him, but I don't know if I can get over to Gotham City right now.
Of course, they had to have Corey laying there naked in bed.
Yep, I do. But she's very artfully drawn that you never see too much.
Well, yeah, between the covers and that hair.
It's true. It's true.
It's like a whole outfit, that hair.
Oh, yeah, and then they get that's something that is kind of funny. So Corey and Dick don't live in the same apartment. And I don't know, I feel like, they did it before, but...
I think eventually they do, but yeah, at this point, I guess...
Well, they did, and then they stopped.
Well, it's kind of like he keeps his own apartment, because I think they even mentioned that in Lonely Place, that he keeps his own apartment, but I don't know if he sleeps there at her place most of the time.
Yeah, but he keeps dressing himself up as different people when he goes in and out of the apartment.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that was the whole thing. It's like, she doesn't have a secret identity. You could see her coming a mile away. So it's like everyone knows Nightwing is with Starfire, so he has to keep disguising Dick Grayson so he doesn't get recognized.
He could just always come to her house as Nightwing.
That's true.
But
yeah, I think.
But that's why sometimes in future issues you see some like random dude wearing a full beard and stuff coming out, and you're like, "Who is that?"
Or I think there's one where he almost wears like a blonde wig, almost like Jericho, and it's just.
Yeah, he wears all kinds of different stuff coming in and out.
Well, I think too they just wanted to show off, like, oh, look, he's a master of disguise.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, okay, then Joey with his friend. Yes, then the sole reason I made us read this issue is right here on page 8, where Dick is having a memory back to him being at his therapist. Yay!
Yeah.
So he's saying, well, also, I've known Bruce for half my life. We've been like father and son. I love him. I care about him. Oh, it's so beautiful. And he says, but I can't keep avoiding the issue. Avoidance. Ha! Dr. Parker, you've effectively wormed your way into my brain. And then we get a flashback to him with his therapist.
But yeah, just talking about Batman. But just talking about how good things were in the old day, in the early days. And I looked up to him almost as if he were a god. He was brilliant. He was physically perfect. Everything about him seemed as if it couldn't possibly be better.
Yep.
But yeah, then he talks about, what we just saw in 55, and he's like, I don't know if anything's worse than realizing your parents are less than perfect. Yep. I
think that's true.
Makes you wonder about yourself more than you should.
Yep. And he says, I have a tendency towards self-blame. I gave Robin my old costume, so I felt guilt over his death, as if without me he would still be alive. Don't look at me that way, Doctor. I know the truth, at least intellectually.
Oh, then I moved out of Corey's place.
Okay, yep. I love her, but I have to protect my secret identity. Dick Grayson can't be seen leaving Starfire's apartment. Oh, yeah, and then there's the Gargoyle, which was the secret... No, annual or secret of... Secret Origins annual number 3.
Oh.
So that's in a different issue, a different series, I guess.
I was going to say, I think we covered the Gargoyle's first appearance way back in the beginning of 2020.
That we did. I don't know if that's Secret Origins one. I know I've read it before. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's in this book I have at the back. Secret Origins annual number 3. In this bad boy.
Oh, jeez.
But, yep. Yeah, because then he says, I guess somewhere in the back of my mind is a 10-year-old's guilt that maybe this was my fault. Which makes you think, now are we supposed to be going with he was 10 when he was Robin?
But when my parents died, Batman helped me. If not him, then Alfred or the Titans or somebody. But I was still acting like I was in this all by myself. Oh yeah, and then we see him talking to Corey, and didn't she have like an arranged marriage going?
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, so that didn't help his mental state either.
Right? No, definitely not.
But he says, yeah, everyone's tried to help me except me, the therapist. What are you going to do when I have to? I'm assuming he still has the key because they show him drive up to the manor and open the door, and it doesn't look like anyone else is there at the door, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just glancing back. The Secret Origins Annual is also kind of like a quick background of the Titans.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got there's stuff where he's, Secret Origins. It's like kind of gives you the background to the Titans, and then because you see like Dick in his pajamas calling Wally and Raven, and then he still has Robin and Trigon, but then he starts having the nightmare. And that's, the gargoyle trying to blame him. It's your fault. And then he wakes up. And his friends helped him. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. He did pull up and just open the door. Good. He didn't give his key back. That's right. So,
I told you, Alfred probably talked him out of it.
Well, right. For sure. Because Alfred knows that would be a bad idea.
But yeah, he says, Corey made him realize, it was hard talking out of their problems, but talking made it better. I've got no choice. Right. I've got to see Batman.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted us to read this, because I feel like in later versions, they really show the, everybody in particular, but the Bat people as being really averse to therapy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can see Bruce Wayne being like that, but I don't necessarily think that the Robins would be like that. I think that's one of the things that sets the Robins apart from Bruce Batman, is that they are more willing to talk through their problems.
I think for one thing is Bruce is probably worried about secret identity concerns, but two, right. The rest of them, especially Dick, have let go of most of their anger over, like deaths of parents and stuff. Bruce does not want to let go of that pain. That is his greatest weapon. That's what, he digs, he needs to overcome some impossible thing. He just digs down and just like, he channels that pain.
Yeah.
He wields it like a club.
Yes. He deals with it very differently. And as he says in one of those Gotham Knights things that we read, Devin, that teaching the mission changes the nature of it. And so with all of the Robins, it is less visceral, less anger over my parents' death, and more, I'm doing that's part of it. That might be the initial inspiration, but it's part, I'm doing this to do good. I'm doing it because it's fun. I'm doing it because it's a great hobby.
Well, yeah, like not too long ago, Lilith and I covered the Detective Comics arc where Tim's mother dies. Mm-hmm. Like, Tim's still in training, and they go to the hospital to see Tim's dad, who's like paralyzed, and Tim goes in to see his dad, and Bruce is just standing there in the hall thinking, is this, do I stop this now? Is this what I want for him? To draw power from personal pain and stuff to become a night monster like me. So, yeah, Bruce is aware. He just
doesn't do it. But, yeah, I feel like, particularly a Dick after his relationship or during his relationship with Corey, he understands the power of talking.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't want to keep it all inside. And the Titans would be the kind of people that would encourage him to not do that.
Yeah. Bruce is the ultimate contradiction. He's supposedly the ultimate loner, but I think he has more sidekicks than anyone in probably fiction.
Yeah, probably.
Just because he's been around.
And Alfred, of course, would support Dick going to therapy. Alfred would support Bruce going to therapy, but he knows that ship has sailed.
I'm trying to. I was looking. I don't think. Does she even know Dick's name? Because I know he didn't.
No, she does. Yeah, she does. Because she says in there, "You say I don't come from problems, Doctor." She says, "I'm not saying any such thing, Dick. I'm only asking questions." So I don't know if she knows.
I guess he's trying to be open, but couldn't he go as Nightwing and just say, I had this problem with Batman, and just explain everything. He even says he's not sharing anyone's name, so I don't know why he shared his name.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he went as Dick something else.
Oh, maybe. Dick Sprang.
Dick Giordano.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it should have been like Bob Kane or Bill Finger.
That would have been funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing is, of course, even if he did stay, I mean, the therapist is not supposed to be able to talk about that kind of stuff. They're supposed to.
Oh, yeah, I know. They're not supposed to talk. But
yeah. I know they would be nervous about it.
I could just see them writing it where it's like, I'm more comfortable not giving you my real name because it's not exactly completely just my secret.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Because I think he mentions Alfred. I'm sure no last names, but he mentions Alfred's name. It's like, really?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just whatever. Willing suspension of disbelief here. She's just gonna.
I know. I'm not going to tell you Batman's real name, but his butler Alfred. That was always good to me.
My name is Dick, and
yes, my name is Dick. We had a butler named Alfred. Yeah.
I looked up to him as he was a god.
But again, I guess if this psychiatrist is above board, she's not going to dig. But yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. Like he says, if there's anything worse than realizing your parents are less than perfect. So yeah, a dude named Dick. His parents are dead. It wouldn't be that difficult.
It wouldn't be hard now.
Put it together. Oh, right. He does tell her name because he says my secret identity, Dick Grayson, can't be seen leaving Starfire's apartment. Mm-hmm. So you're right. He does tell who it is.
Again, suspension of disbelief, but yeah, anytime in a Titan book he told to anyone who he is, I'm just like, oh, okay, this person knows who Batman is now.
Right. I know, but sometimes in the comics they act like, oh, it's so difficult to figure out.
No.
Like, me knowing that Dick Grayson was Robin would not I mean, it feels like once you know Dick Grayson, the automatic assumption, oh, gee, who is his guardian? Oh, yep, it must be Batman. But somehow people are like,
I mean, I know he was really smart, but it's like Tim figured it out when he was like 13.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think the joke is people just don't want to know.
Or no, Tim found out before he was even 13, but that's when he actually confronted them.
Yeah, as you say, like, I knew when I was 9 or something.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, because, like, you remember he saw at the circus that move only, the Flying Graysons could do, and then years later, there was news footage of Batman and Robin, and Dick did that same
That's part of why one of many reasons why I like Lego Batman so much, because they kind of make fun of that, because there's a scene where, when the villains come from the Phantom Zone, Sauron says, oh, I found the Batcave, it's under Wayne Manor. And Joker goes, wait a minute. So that means Bruce Wayne is Batman's roommate?
Exactly, yes.
It's funny.
Yes, suspension.
All right. I think that's a wrap. What's happening next week, Phil?
Well, let me pull up the schedule because we'll have some classic reviews along with the new review of Nightwing 78, so...
All right.
So, yes, definitely, yes. So, we're going to be doing that Wednesday night. So, if you see this on the YouTube, send your thoughts. If you pick up your book Tuesday or early Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday is the 17th. Oh, yeah, St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, yes. So, or you know what? Even if you don't make that episode, send us your thoughts anyway. We'll read it the next, the episode after or whatever. Because big news, people, big news. So, yes, next week we'll cover the new issue, Nightwing 78, and classic issues, New Titans 65. That's the one where he trains Tim.
Awesome.
And those two short stories from Showcase 93 from issues 11 and 12.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So it's a Dick and Tim week.
Yep.
Nice.
Not bad. Yeah, the new issue will probably have him and Babs, and then it'll be Dick and Tim. Yep.
Yeah, speaking of which, before we go, in regards to the new issues, so one of the new Batmans already came out. Batman, I forget the number, but it had a yellow cover.
106, yeah.
Yeah, and it had a Robin backstory, but it was Damian.
Yes.
So where's Tim appearing? Is he in that urban night thing or something?
Maybe, because I think Jason's showing up over there. Yeah, I don't know, because it's like, I don't know if it's a mini-series or ongoing, but I think there's going to be a Robin series, and it's going to be Damian, and I'm like, wait, isn't Tim Robin?
Yeah, I think, there definitely is, and it was definitely Damian, yeah.
Yeah.
On there, because it's something about he's, like, going around the world right now.
Yeah, he basically, he's like, I'm done with father, he goes back to his mother, goes back to Talia, and then they get attacked, but... Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be him trying to find a place in the world or whatever. Yeah,
interesting. Wait, did that one Batman Urban already come out? Or not yet?
No, not yet. No,
Not yet.
No, last week was like the first books we got that, after Future State. So, yeah, no.
Okay, so it was just that Batman one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Say hi to Phil.
I know.
Well, sounds good.
All right. So, so send us your thoughts on the old stuff, the new issue. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Please join our Facebook group, the Bloodhaven Bulletin. Lots of fun stuff over there. Find a link to our YouTube channel. You can watch this video and, videos for everything we do. Go subscribe to the YouTube, and you can also find links to our Patreon, links to our merchandise, links to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio and Hunt a Killer. Use the code Southgate for both of those for discount. And then, if that's not enough, go pick up Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. Learn all about podcasting from the experts. And while you're in a reading mood, I demand you go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. That's right, the book Kristen put together a few years ago, all about Dick Grayson. Gathered a bunch of people to write. She wrote some stuff in there about Dick Grayson. So, hey, it's her birthday. Go, you know what? Want to give her a present? Go pick up the book. It's on Amazon. And when you go on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that wildebeest himself, Rob, a Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. Please kick me in the pants.
And check out Rob Master Doom Southgate on the upcoming Capes and Lunatics episode 200. All right. All right, so I cannot wait. 1 week, we get the new Nightwing finally. The new team. I think the story's gonna be good. The art looks incredible.
Speaking of Nightwing, my cat, she's blending in really well.
I know, I can't see her. I think she might have blinked and I caught a glimpse real quick.
There you go.
Blended right into that shirt.
Becoming one with the night.
Talk about Nightwing every week. She's like, I'm right here.
That's right. Thankfully, she doesn't get up to quite as many shenanigans as Dick Grayson Nightwing.
Well, hopefully not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, that's right. 1 week until the big event. But that'll be next time. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News, except no substitutes.
Hi, I'm one of the High Priests of Khonshu Ray, and I have the sacred privilege of providing you, the loony listener, with a podcast honouring Marvel's very own Moon Knight. So join me and a host of others at Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. It's time to get your Khonshu on.